taxes, go over a few videos or whatever. But now it became this whole thing. So I'm just, you know.
How can people like you be fans of Vaush? He's so fucking stupid. Can you explain this to me? I truly don't understand, and I want to understand.
Fuck. I haven't thought like, okay.
You realize that for the whole, you talked for like an hour.
I haven't thought for like the entire thing.
Answer.
Like, oh, I'm a fan of this person. I'm not a fan of this person. It's like hey, like I appreciate people when they do good things, and I don't appreciate them when they do bad.
What do you appreciate about Vaush? Tell me. I truly don't understand. Help me here.
Do you think there's no value at all to anything Vaush does?
No, I think there's negative value. The opposite.
Okay.
The opposite of good value, and not
so hold on.
Yeah, worse than no value. Yeah.
Okay. So do you think that everything he does is either neutral of value or has negative value, or do you think that he has something that does positive value, but the things he does that does negative value just outweighs all that positive value?
The latter. I'm sure there are some things that's like, I probably agree with most of his Ukraine stuff because he copied my foreign policy takes. But like, yeah, I mean, there are some things that he says that I'll probably agree with. But the overwhelmingly, my political side would be better off if he didn't exist.
Okay. I haven't been super like into the fucking whole like lore behind exactly like why you have that perception.
I mean, your conversation that you just had with him is a good example.
Yeah, that was a bit of a rough conversation. I agree with you, but I do honestly I think that there are things that he does poorly and that he does badly. There's the things that I definitely disagree with him on. I've had many videos critiquing him. I've had like debates with him in the past, and I just see it as a lot more productive to like, hey, when he does those things that are valuable, give props to those. When he does the things that give negative value, like, you know, attack those or whatever. And that just seems way more productive than trying to like find some arbitrary categorization and classification of whether or not I'm a fan or overall this person's good or bad or whatever. Yeah.
You realize that for the conversation, he didn't answer basically a single question, right?
He answered the basic ones, and then when we got to some of the more significant ones, I felt like I had to re-ask them multiple times, and for some of them I didn't get explicit answers, but I kind of got an implied answer. Which, to be fair, okay, I understand why for some of these he can't give the full answer, right? Because
well, hold on, careful, because now you're trying to say that his actual views are far more extreme than what he's willing to say on YouTube. So then, are you saying that he does dog whistle then? Or it's like, a crypto? Okay, because he got really upset. Because now you're basically accusing him of being crypto, right? That like
not necessarily. No. So not necessarily. So Vaush even said this himself. Okay. Mm-hmm. So this is a fucking brand new thing. I'm brought into a call right after the debate to steelman my opposition in the new argument. But I think Vaush even said this in his thing, right? How regardless of whether or not something is like morally like correct or not, by virtue of TOS. You can still be banned for saying things that are like morally righteous to say. And if he's saying that in the context of that conversation, that kind of implies that, hey, he has like these beliefs that he believes are morally righteous, but that he can't state like openly on YouTube because he might get banned for them. And I kind of took that as like but
if those morally righteous views have to do with in any other circumstance, we would say, okay, that's a crypto dog whistle, right? Like if Fuentes believes that truly the Holocaust isn't real, but he's a little bit worried about kind of being upfront about that. So he just kind of like makes jokes and like, oh, you know, how many cookies can you really bake in, you know, a few years with only that many ovens, right? We would argue that he's being crypto, right? Maybe he's scared of saying something because he doesn't want to get banned or whatever, right? Isn't that? But his base knows what he's talking about, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, to some extent, I think he's portraying like a message, because obviously there is a situation there where there would be something that he would probably say differently if he wasn't worried about TOS. So yeah, I would think so, and I think even he would. Yeah, I think even he would agree
also,
with that. I think he believes it.
Philosophy is boring and it's for losers, and there's no point in ever doing anything ever. But okay, whenever Vaush makes this, have you ever heard of do you know what a tautology is? If I say that,
yeah, it's basically something that's like
X is X.
Like given
it's
the
identity.
premises that's there, like of course it's
no, not even given the premises.
No, sorry, not the premises.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Given the word, this is the definition, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever
I fucked up my philosophy thing. God,
you're
fucking
good.
damn. Okay.
It's for losers anyway. Okay.
Cringe. It's important. Okay.
Whenever he does this shit, he does it all the time, and people let him weasel at him so much. If you're ever in a conversation, don't ever let him say, "Well, I'm a consequentialist, therefore." He uses that to avoid answering any challenge. Like, well, I'm a consequentialist, so if it's good, it's good, and if it's bad, it's bad. God, he does this so much and it drives me crazy. Because he used like, do you think violence is justified against lawmakers? Well, if the outcome is good, then it's good. And if the outcome is bad, then it's bad. What the fuck are you saying? You're not saying anything meaningful. Stop letting him do that, okay? If you talk to me again. Although he'll probably never talk to you again, but.
I did ask him a few clarifying questions. So I was like, okay. And this is where we kind of got like that. So I asked him, so are you kind of like implying that there are a set of lawmakers where it would be justified? Because what he's getting at to that statement is like, okay, if you murder the fucking, like, whatever, the Republican person in your, like, small mayoral office or whatever the fuck, you know, who is a secretary, obviously that's probably fucking bad. But then there are other people for which you could probably make a stronger case, right? And he was saying that, and obviously he wasn't getting at probably the main.
Wait. Oh shit! I'm sorry. Hold on. Are you streaming on Twitch right now?
No, wait. I think I read it away. Holy fuck! Hold on. Wait, did I read it away? Oh fuck. Oh, I think I did. I'm hosting Lonerbox. Chill the fuck out, everybody. Okay, we're fine. We're
okay,
chilling.
Jesus, because my chat just read that out. Okay, so I don't want you to get fucked.
Okay,
go ahead.
Okay, we're okay. Yeah. So when I'm fuck, what was the question you asked me again?
It was about the tautology thing that like, and it seemed like he would just.
Oh yeah, exactly right.
Oh, and then you're banging like
I did
small
ask
lawmakers.
for clarification. I was like, okay, so would you say that there are a group of like Republican lawmakers where it would be justified to do this thing too? And then he didn't answer that question. So yeah, obviously I agree with the outcomes and tautologies are a thing, and you should definitely press him on that. And I tried to press him a bit on that, but then we run into the like he's never going to answer that question, right? Because of the
sure, but I mean, like I feel like that's worth pointing out that he won't honestly engage with his views on the platform because they're too extreme. Because he is making implicit.
Yeah, but he acknowledges this himself, right? He
does. That's the thing. The thing that frustrates me the most is that it seems like he wants to occupy two worlds. One in which he's not really calling for anything extreme at all. He's just talking about like normal self-defense. But then in the other world, he's like kind of like winking to his audience. Is like, but if you guys did kill some of those lawmakers, I mean, like it's totally justifiable. Like that's what it feels like he's doing. You need to make sure real quick. Also, I don't think it's live, but just make sure your Twitch stream is off, okay? Even if you hosted somebody.
Oh wait, is that how that works?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay. Well, I'll try to figure out how the fuck I end. I actually have no idea. Whatever. If I get banned, I get banned. Okay. I legitimately I don't know how the fuck to do it. Okay, I'm restreaming. I'm currently restreaming. How do I?
Like, are you streaming to something called restream.io or?
Yeah, restream.io. I can probably do it through Restream, right?
Yeah, if you go through the website, there's a way where you can shut off just one of
I got it.
Okay,
there we go. All right. Thank you. Wow. For somebody who's been banned a lot, you know how to avoid the bans really well.
We make mistakes so we can help others not make them.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, but I have to ask one thing on your question specifically. So the question that you asked, or that you wanted me to forward was, if they could get away with it with no consequences, should they kill Republican lawmakers consequentially? What are you trying to get at with this?
The thing that I don't like is that it seems like I think that there are interesting moral conversations to have about justifications to violence, but he avoids all of the interesting conversations by just saying like, well, consequentially, it's bad, so therefore don't. But it's like, well, that doesn't seem like what you're calling. That's not the action that you're calling people to, and it doesn't seem like that's the moral justification you're giving. So if you're gonna say, so like he'll say some shit like, oh, like I think like killing lawmakers, maybe, but it's bad because like if you get caught or it's bad for them. It's like, okay, well, let's say that you could do it in a stealth way. Let's say that you could let's say that you had a death note and you could write a whole bunch of conservative lawmakers' names into the death note, and they have heart attacks and they die. Now you've avoided all the negative consequences. So now is that acceptable to you? Then that gets at a more interesting question of like, is there some moral justification to preemptively murder lawmakers that are passing legislation that might restrict the rights of certain groups? Because that's that's where the interesting conversation is. Not this bullshit like, oh, consequentially, it's bad if it's bad, and if it's good if it's good. Yeah, that's boring. No one cares. Yeah,
I understand, and I think that's even what I because that got brought up later in the conversation, and I think I even clarified that specifically because Vaush was like, oh, okay, well, like what you're essentially asking me is like, okay, well, controlling for the outcomes of this would be okay, which is silly. You would never control for the outcomes. And
and then that's he started to make fun of you. He was like, oh, well, in this hyper world that's super hypothetical.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, so you don't want to engage with it.
But then I even said that. I said that in the thing there specifically, that it's not that's not what it is. It's simply the fact that like, hey, assuming that we in this instance like get rid of the immediate like political harms that come from that come from like that type of action in terms of like there being repercussions towards your political movement or whatever. Would you be okay with that? Or is there another like general rule?
Yeah, but then I think he just kept getting mad when you would try to push him on an answer for that. He'd be like, "Oh, this is fat posting." I did clarify that there as well. So I think I caught that because I
I think I then I understood the purpose of your question, but I just want to make sure to find out if you weren't actually just trying to Fed post them and clip jump it. But yeah.
Oh no, I don't, because to be honest, and he kind of alludes to this, but he's just so lost up his own ass that he doesn't know. Like there are probably things that he would say